Next, we will introduce a new function called arccosine. Let's recall the cosine of x function and its graph. And let's answer the following questions. Is this function one-to-one? The answer is no, because it doesn't pass the horizontal line test. Does this function have an inverse? The answer is also no, because only one-to-one functions have inverses. Now, let's make a new function g of x from the cosine of x function by restricting the domain of the function to the closed interval between 0 and pi. Is this function one-to-one? The answer is yes, because it passes now the horizontal line test. Does this function have an inverse? The answer is also yes, because all one-to-one functions have inverse functions. And here's what it looks like. What is this function? This function is not any of the functions that we already know, so we give it a name, the arccosine of x. Let's take a look at this new function and its graph. The domain of this function is from -1 to 1 inclusive, and the range of this function is from 0 to pi inclusive. We should be able to find the outputs of this function for any inputs in the domain using the graph or a calculator. However, the outputs for some nice inputs we should be able to figure out analytically. For example, let's find the arccosine of -√2/2. We are looking for some value that is between 0 and pi, such that cosine of that value is equal to -√2/2. There are infinitely many values for which cosine is equal to -√2/2. However, only one of them is in the desired interval. Therefore, the arccosine of -√2/2 is 3 pi over 4. Let's find the arccosine of cosine of 7 pi over 6. We are looking for some value that is between 0 and pi, such that cosine of that value is the same as the cosine of 7 pi over 6. There are infinitely many values for which cosine is equal to cosine of 7 pi over 6. However, only one of them is in the desired interval. Therefore, the arccosine of cosine of 7 pi over 6 is 5 pi over 6. We introduced a new function called the arccosine and discussed some of its properties.